The activity I've chosen to do is adaptation artistry, which is from Project Wild. Below you'll see two pictures that describe adaptation or are examples of adaptation. The introduction or background information includes some important vocabulary, which is adaptation, a change or the process of change by which an organism or species becomes better suited for the environment around it. Habitat, the natural home or environment of an animal, plant, or other organism. The last term is diversity, which is the state of being diverse or variety. One extension I would have done is by asking my students, if we were in the form of a gorilla, would we be able to do everything we do now? Why or why not? And another one is, what kind of animal adaptations do you know of? The procedure for this is to get into a group of 4 and discuss the chart on the back of the page of the activity. The back page of this activity is a list of adaptations that a bird has to better suit its environment around it. I would then have the group discuss the advantages that these different adaptations provide birds, such as long beaks, being able to get insects out of shallow water or mud. The next step is to design your own original bird that is adapted to its habitat. So you must include where the bird will live, what it will eat, how it moves, its gender or sex, how it raises its young. And then the third step is, using all of these things listed above, you need to make a list of the adaptations your bird will need to survive. The fourth step is, using your list of adaptations, draw or sculpt your own bird. The fifth step is, write a short report about your bird. You must include the name of the bird, its food sources, its habitat, its lifestyle, a list of the adaptations with the reason and benefits of the adaptation. And then the last thing we will do is present your bird to the class. I have made my own bird here, and it has its own adaptations. So, for example, it has a long beak so it can reach its insects in water and mud. It also has webbed feet to aid in walking on the mud. It also has long, slender legs to help it when it wades in water. It also has large wings so that when it needs to migrate when it gets cold in the area it usually lives in, it can fly. It also has dull colors to camouflage itself from its predators. If you can't guess, this bird lives in wet areas and eats insects. Activity information includes the subjects. So the subjects involved in this are science, art, environmental education, and language arts. The grade levels are for upper elementary or middle school, so about 4th to 8th grade. The materials you will need is drawing, painting, clay sculpture, or paper mache materials. So for paper mache, you would need construction paper and glue. Otherwise, for your drawing, you would need pencil and paper, and for painting, paint and paper. Some extensions I would also do is make mobiles of the completed birds, prepare a digital slide presentation showing different types of bird adaptations, and then have my students collect pictures of birds to develop a bulletin board showing some of the adaptations discussed. Look for pictures showing bird parts compatible with the invented birds, display the invented bird adaptations, and we display these in the hallway so the rest of the school will be able to see. Some more activity information includes the time it will take, and it will take about 2 45-minute sessions. The first session will be explaining the activity and then having the student develop their own bird, and then the next session would be sharing the bird with the class. Some reminders is, we always put away the materials we use. Uniqueness is key to this project, so design a bird alone. Keep a list of the adaptations you used on your bird, and remember to do your best work. Modifications I would include is, one modification that could be is that instead of presenting their bird in front of the class, they could submit a 3 to 5 minute video about the bird they designed. Another modification could be, instead of adapting their animal to the environment, they could design a perfect habitat for their bird that they have chosen. The last modification is that the students could choose their favorite animal and add adaptations to it so it better fits its environment. Some of the discussion questions I would include are: what kind of adaptations do you think animals will need to have in their future? Why will they need that adaptation? The next question is, what was your favorite adaptation you learned about today and why? The next question is, can you think of any other animals that have adaptations? What adaptation do they have? What is the survival of the fittest, and how does adaptations play a role in the survival of the fittest? If you could have any bird adaptation, what would it be and why? That is the end of my presentation. Thank you.